Edwin Sonsona, along with his wife and 4 children, moved to Steinbach from the Philippines 8 years ago. Edwin grew up in the province of Cebu, a region in the central Philippines that was deeply affected by last week's devastating 7.2 magnitude earthquake. Edwin's sister and her family, their parents, and their grandparents still live in Cebu, so he was understandably shaken when he received a frantic call from his sister the evening of October 15th.
Just right in 1 minute, let's say 1 minute after the earthquake, my sister called me. It's an evening here, 7:15 in the evening, and my sister phoned me right away. He's so scared because they're so strong, and all our appliances and frames, plates are flying all over the place.
The bulk of the earthquake's destruction occurred approximately 100 kilometers away from the place Edwin grew up, on the island of Bohol. Local news footage shows toppled buildings, crumpled bridges, and crater-ridden roads, highways, and infrastructure. Estimates put the death toll at nearly 200, with several hundred injured and many still missing amongst the rubble. Edwin is grateful that although his family back home is shaken, they made it through last week's quake virtually unscathed.
My families are okay, they're all good, but they're still now every time there's a little bit aftershock, they're scared and they're shouting and around, so they know where to go. So even they're now staying outside the house, away from any big trees and walls. They're if they will collapse, so they will be safe.
Due to the strain on hydro and telephone infrastructure in parts of the Philippines, Edwin has been able to keep in touch with friends and family via social media, and says that he is grateful for this lifeline that has allowed him to keep track of the rescue efforts back home.
Oh, yeah, it's a very big help. You can easily communicate and forward it to your friends, and then we can access some help right away, because some people want to see the reality, what happened before they can share.
This week, Edwin is returning to the Philippines for a 2-week visit. He'd been planning this trip for months now, but due to the events of last week, the purpose of his visit will now extend far beyond simply sightseeing and spending time with friends and family.
I look at the news, they really need help. Maybe someday I can help these people through to our friends here in Steinbach or some other place in Canada that they really need help. Then I want to be an instrument too. So I want to visit first in our diocese in Cebu, which is I'm planning to, and then because the diocese of our church is they're really much connected back to Bohol, so I know Bohol is really need help.
Edwin says that the desire to reach out and help in times of need is very much ingrained in Filipino culture.
Right away, the Filipinos are they call it bayanihan. Right away, even we are the victim, but we're still able to help one another. So that's who we are, the Filipinos.
Cesar Valdez is president of the Southeast Man Filipino Association and says the Filipino community here is saddened by the suffering and loss being endured by those back home.
Basically, the spirit of bayanihan is always there. We always think of our friends and relatives back home. So we, in as much as we're always blessed to be here in this great country, and but the thing is, even though we're far away, our hearts is always there to help out in any way we can. And this is one of the mission of the Southeast Manitoba Filipino Association, to reach out to Filipinos and Filipino Canadians also who is in need or probably needs some help in any way we could help, be of service.
The Southeast Man Filipino Association has set up an account at the Steinbach Credit Union for those who wish to make a donation towards relief efforts for those affected by the earthquake. All money raised will be dispersed to those in need through the Canadian Red Cross.
On behalf of the Filipino Association here in Steinbach, I would like to appeal to our Canadian friends and all those who wish to help us in any way they could. And then please go to SCU, Steinbach Credit Union, and then be able to donate there, or they can personally contact us, and then we would appreciate it so much.
Edwin Sonsona says that while he feels a sense of sorrow when he sees photos of the destruction caused by last week's disaster, he tries to put it into perspective.
I'm so sad. Like, it's a big restoration again. Makes lots of money to be to restore back our place. And then, but the good thing is just only material thing. But yeah, I'm so thankful. Like, even though like there's like calamities like that, but they're still alive. That's important thing. Buildings, roads, cars, just a material thing.
For Steinbach Online, I'm Karen Black.